Hi everyone, welcome to Outdoor Bound TV. I'm Kurt Walbeck. On this week's show, we travel to what I believe is one of the most overlooked fishing destinations in all of the Midwest. I'm talking about the Chequamegon Bay of Lake Superior. Now, if you're not familiar with this body of water, it's basically the southern shoreline near Ashland, Wisconsin. Now, this is a multi-species fishing mecca. So first, we're going to head out to deep water and we're going to troll for lake trout, splake, and some of those coho salmon using nothing more than regular walleye gear. Then we slide into shallow water. I'm talking about 2 feet of water with friend and guide Josh Tiegen. We're going to be pitching worms for some of those incredible Chequamegon Bay smallmouth. We've got a fish on this outside board. Just went back here, so let's see if we can't bring him up. I saw the board go right straight back, and now he just kind of chilled out a little bit. Hopefully he's still there. What a gorgeous day out here. In fact, it's a little bit too nice to tell you the truth. It's just flat, dead calm, and supposed to be in the 80s today, but right now it's perfect. It's probably 60 degrees, about 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning. Love it. You know, that is the cool thing about coming here to Ashland, is you got so many species to chase. You know, we're talking about maybe doing a little smallmouth fishing here, and you know, we're out here chasing trout and salmon, and you know, this is just a ton of fun, and it's all right here in the same place. Love coming to Ashland. All right, well, I'm gonna have to get a little caddy on this one, because what I'm gonna have to do is get this board off by myself, and oh yeah, see if I can fight the fish, and then see if I can net them by myself. All right. Here's the trick. Make sure I leave some, don't leave slack in there, because that's when they typically get off. This is where it's nice to have a buddy fishing with you. There, he's bumping it. I think I can get this one in without a net, so I've got another line hooked in here, so I'm going to try to free that and get the fish. Keep the hooks out of my hand, hopefully. It's a small lake trout, but look at that, pretty fish. That one was just on a scatter wrap. Look at that. Chequamegon Bay, Ashland, Wisconsin. Ton of fun. Look at that. Right in the bottom lip, just how you like it. Well, this guy came up from pretty deep, so, but lake trout can adjust their bladder so they can go back down, so we'll let this guy go. Well, let me show you a little bit about what we're using. That fish hit just a shadow wrap. It's kind of this light white and blue color. We're trying to mimic typically smelt. That's what they're feeding on here in Lake Superior. And then what we're also using is a flasher. Now, this is something that is made by Yakima Bait, and we just use it ahead, probably about 6 feet ahead of our bait, just for attention. You can see it kind of flashes when it catches the sun, does the same thing in this ultra clear water, and just gives a little more attention to your bait. Because a lot of these fish are either coming up from depths or even maybe a little bit higher. It's that extra flash in the water that seems to get their attention. Oh yeah, I can feel them bumping there. He's fighting hard. We just made a move in. You can see the weather's changed. We've had to put our rain gear on here. It's really starting to cloud up and the wind's picking up even more. And we made a move into some shallower water and we're just setting up and just got the first couple holes in the water here and right away it started. Well, I'm gonna grab the net and we'll see what we got here. Definitely lively in this cold water, that's for sure. Look at that fish. Now, lake trout and splake look very much alike here. And the way you can tell the difference between lake trout and splake, the lake trout have more of the, you see the white tips on the fins and a little more yellowish color. You see it too, a little bit on the tail. Splake will have a real gold colored or even almost a pink colored fins, and their tail will look a little bit different. So, phenomenal fish. Let's get this one to live well. Get some more lines out. Got one final fish here, and then I think what we're going to do is wrap it up and head in, meet Josh to do a little smallmouth fishing. But let's see what we got going here. Look at that, nice little coho salmon. So that one bit on just this shadow wrap. We're just running probably 10 feet down. These coho salmon are coming up and hitting it pretty shallow, pretty easy stuff behind a regular, just a plain old, offshore board. That's all it takes, regular walleye gear to come up here and catch these coho salmon, lake trout, all kinds of different things, splake right here on Chequamegon Bay. Well, we're gonna head back in and meet Josh Tiegen, and we're gonna head out from some smallmouth bass here on Chequamegon Bay. So don't go away, we'll be right back after the break.
Outdoor Bound TV is brought to you by Suffix and VMC Hooks.
There we go. Second cast. Got a nice Chequamegon Bay smallie on. That was on a wacko worm. We're fishing about 2 feet of water in the wood. And these fish are up real tight right now. We just had a big worm stretch and all these fish are moving shallow.
Come on, buddy. There we go.
Yeah. Nice Chequamegon Bay smallie there. It's about average size at 17, 18 inches. On the wacky worm. A lot of fun. Get her on the hook, just right in the corner. Get her back. There we go. Ooh, nice one too. I love it when you set the hook and they jump. I was getting snagged up a lot with the wacky worm, so I went to a Texas rigged worm and A lot less snags. Come here, buddy. There we go. Nice smallie. Not a bad fish. Another average size there. Looks like a male. Up in the shallows. So out here on Chequamegon Bay, we fish a lot of wood in the spring. We're only in 2-3 feet of water. And Texas rig Syncos work really, really good. This is the Wacky worm by Kalen's. You want to rig it completely weedless. We're not even, no weight, just an offset worm hook. So all we're doing here is we're taking it, we're putting that tip right through there, go about a 1/2 inch, come out, slide that hook shank all the way down through the worm, turn it like that, and then give it a little bend, and you hook it halfway through the worm, and you're all set. That'll go right through that wood. You're not going to get snagged, and when a fish hits, obviously you got to set the hook pretty hard to bust that hook through the worm, and then you're good to go. Feels like a decent one. So much fun when this water warms up. It's finally getting into the 60s, and these fish are just full of energy. Come on, buddy. There we go. Nice one. Good fish. Texas rig wacko worm again, the 5-inch. A lot of colors can work good out here. My favorite is June bug by far. The fish just seem to like it, but a lot of times white, green pumpkin can work good too. Chartreuse. Kind of depends on the water clarity. Over here, we're fishing, it's pretty stained. You can only see about a foot down, but a lot of times out here, if you don't have rain in a few days and there's no wind, it'll get very, very clear, and that's when you want to use the more natural colors. Where now, a lot of times brighter colors will work better. That one was actually just dragging it when it hit. Feels like a pretty good one too. Oh yeah, decent one. Oh boy. Does not like the boat. Alright, come on, buddy. There we go. Nice one there. Pretty clean fish. Right around that time now where there's some post spawners around. There's still some on beds, and not many pre-spawners left, but you'll have them all mixed together.
Well, it's almost getting comical now because Josh is back there putting on a clinic, and I, for the life of me, cannot bring one of these smallmouth in the boat with this worm setup. That one definitely hit it, and I missed him. Just not a very good fisherman, I guess.
They keep getting bigger. This one's a pretty nice one. Come on, girl. Ooh, there we go. That one might be pushing 20 there. Beautiful stripes on that one. That's what Chequamegon Bay is all about right there. Another nice smallie. So this bite out here in the spring typically starts at the end of April. Our ice generally goes out the second or third week of April. These bass move in here at the end of April, and they'll stay here usually till the end of June. So you got the pre-spawn bite, you got the spawn, and then you got the post-spawn bite. And it's a lot of fun. Shallow water and a lot of smallmouth. That one hit on the initial drop. That bait hit the water. I turned around, was looking at the shoreline. All of a sudden, my rod just went boom. I get to fight them all the way back to the boat. Oh. Nothing fights like a smallmouth. Crazy how much energy they have. Come on. Chunky one. The professional bass fishermen make it look so easy when they're grabbing it, but man, it is not always easy. There we go. Another nice one there. What's cool about Chequamegon too is it has a 22-inch size limit. So you can only keep one fish over 22 a day. Now in the spring like this, the season's closed. It's all catch and release, but once the season opens, you can only catch and keep one over 22. So basically it's all catch and release, which is good to see, and that's why we have so many of these big smallmouth lurking around. All right, let's get this big girl back. Oh. Wave goodbye.
There we go. Oh, come on, come on.
Oh.
Ran out of room on that hook set. I need to do like you did last time, ran across the boat
Yeah.
to get a hook set in him.
He dropped it. Nope, no he didn't. Thought he dropped, he's charging me. Jumper. That's what's so cool about Chequamegon Bay. There's just so many big fish out here. The average size is just incredible. This is another good one. All right, there's a dandy there. That is a big one. Another Chequamegon Bay bruiser. If you're coming up to Chequamegon Bay, Ashland, the town of Ashland's right on the water. Has a lot of great places to stay, has a couple bait shops, a lot of restaurants to eat at. It's just a great area to stay if you're coming up here, and definitely check out the Chamber of Commerce too to get some info about Chequamegon Bay. They actually have a fishing map that details all the structure out here, where the landings are, and what's biting. So let's unhook this one and get her back.
Outdoor Bound TV is brought to you by Venom Outdoors and Mountain Dew.
Promotional consideration provided for Outdoor Bound TV by River Rock Inn and Bait Shop, our home away from home in Ashland, Wisconsin. I think you'll probably agree that the Chequamegon Bay of Lake Superior truly is a multi-species fishing mecca. If you're interested in visiting Chequamegon Bay, check out the Ashland, Wisconsin Convention and Visitors Bureau website. They've got all kinds of information about accommodations, tackle shops. They even have a map that'll show you some of the fishing places to get started. If you're interested in fishing with Josh Tiegen, all of his information is right here on the screen. Give him a call. I'll guarantee you'll have a great time. And we hope that you'll join us again here next week when we'll bring you more great hunting and fishing action from around the U.S., around Canada, and around the world, right here on Outdoor Bound TV.
Outdoor Bound TV is brought to you by Yakima Bait and Tooth Tamer Rods.
Oh, you bugger. That's what I got left. Oh, because when I hear rolling, I'm gonna set.
I had to steal Kurt's fish. Oh, that was a big one too.
Oh,
All right, another big Chequamegon Bay smallie.
there was definitely one right there.
But they always are when they get away.
Outdoor Bound TV is brought to you by Rapala and PK Lures.